Welcome to A Breath of Fresh Sports. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. What is up, everybody? This is Jesse Underner with episode 2 of A Breath of Fresh Sports podcast. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the Indianapolis Colts and how I see them ranking in the division in the AFC South. So, honestly, I'm not going to be biased, alright, but I really do see the Indianapolis Colts being at the top of that division of the AFC South this coming up season. I mean, the Jaguars basically are in rebuild mode. They have absolutely nothing to win for. They're kind of just going to be that spoiler team that will beat you and kind of ruin your chances to make the playoffs. The Texans, I mean, with Bill O'Brien there at the Texans, I can't see them being successful. You know, they're always going to come up short when they need to. They just gave away their best receiver, which I'm still can't believe that happened. But you know what? NFL, anything can happen. And who else am I missing? Oh yeah, the Titans. They're riding that Derrick Henry train. I don't think that Ryan Tannehill has what it takes to be able to carry that team all the way to the Super Bowl. And if you can stop Derrick Henry, you can basically stop that entire offense. But the Indianapolis Colts, they look pretty good. Not gonna lie, really good. But our running back rotation for the Indianapolis Colts is pretty much unstoppable as of right now, because with the acquirement of Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, this guy is a bulldozer of a running back. I mean, if you go back and watch his college highlights, this man can just run straight up the gut of the offensive line and just go. No one's going to take him down by the first tackle. And I think his 40-yard dash time at the draft was like a 4.38. And he's like 225 pounds. So not only will he bulldoze you over, but he will do it very quickly, because that much weight coming at you that fast, you're not going to tackle him that easy. And also we have Marlon Mack, Jordan Wilkins, and Nyheim Hines. And Nyheim Hines and Jordan Wilkins, they may not be playing a lot, they may not start a lot, but both of those running backs could start for another team if they had to. And don't forget, we can't forget about Marlon Mack. I mean, he's been the front runner for the Colts for the past 2 to 3 years. So Marlon Mack is very elusive and very, has excellent running vision. Him and Jonathan Taylor are kind of different players. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is more of the person that's going to run up the gut and get you those few yards that you're kind of fighting to get. And Marlon Mack, he's that person that's going to create like explosive plays out of nowhere, cutting through the offensive line, trying to find open holes where there basically isn't any. So I think the running back rotation for Indianapolis Colts is probably going to be one of the best running back rotations in the NFL. If they can get a good 1-2 punch combo going, you're not going to be able to stop that run game. Now, on the other side of things, let's look at the wide receivers for the Indianapolis Colts. So last year, wide receiver, rest in peace to last year, man. Last year was rough for the wide receiver core for the Colts. I mean, injuries was just, man. If there's any team I feel like that gets plagued with injuries in the NFL, it is definitely the Colts. I feel like every year we're always getting losing somebody to an injury, and that somebody is usually a big deal for our team. But last year we had Paris Campbell missed out on handful of games. I think he only played 7 games last year. T.Y. Hilton was having his health issues. And after that, I mean, we were just picking up people from the bottom of our roster for our receiving group. And I will give Jacoby Brissett credit. He didn't really have any much to throw to during that time. I mean, we had Deion Kane at that time. Deion Kane didn't turn out to be the person that we thought he was going to be. But this year, it's looking a little bit more hopeful. Zach Pascal, he was still on the team. He did really well last year. He stepped up when we needed him to, and he proved to everybody that he can be in the starting position. Michael Pittman Jr. just picked him up. I think that is an amazing pickup for the Colts. I mean, Devin Funchess wouldn't have got hurt last year, I think we would have been in good shape, because he was like a big, tall, bulky, strong guy that we needed. It gave some good height and good strength to the receiving core. And Michael Pittman Jr., I'm not saying he's Devin Funchess, but this kid, he's a good size. I think he's like 6'4", good body frame. He can get up there and catch the ball if he needs to. And I think that's exactly what the Colts needs. We need somebody to back up T.Y. Hilton and take the pressure off of T.Y. so we can throw to different people. And I think this receiving core has the best shot of doing better things than they did the past couple seasons. And Phillip Rivers is going to have a good fun time, I think, playing with this receiving core. Not only is he going to have fun with the receiving core, but he's about to be in love with our offensive line. This has been the best offensive line he's probably ever played with in his whole entire career. And with a good offensive line, quarterbacks can do amazing things. And I can't wait to see what Phillip Rivers can do behind this offensive line. I already know it's going to be good to watch. Everyone's already writing him up saying, oh, his arm is dead. He's not what he was. Yeah, he's not what he was 2 years ago when he went to the playoffs. But he can definitely play. He still has some fight left in him. And I think he's about to be transformed into his old self with the Indianapolis Colts. He's comfortable with the system. He knows, he knows the playbook. Him and Frank Reich are good friends. And, just the whole entire atmosphere in Indianapolis, in that locker room, is a very healthy, non-toxic atmosphere that I think Phillip Rivers will be able to grow into. He'll like. And, I think it will benefit him in the long run when it comes to playing in actual games. Who knows? He might be with the Colts for more than 1 year. We never know. We only signed him for 1 year, but who's to say he won't stay longer? And while we do have Phillip Rivers, back to what I was talking about with the run game, the success of the Indianapolis Colts will rely solely on our run game. Because the Colts are that type of team to where they're just going to beat you by running out the clock. You saw that last year when they beat Kansas City Chiefs last year, gave the Kansas City their first loss, and basically all they did was just not give Patrick Mahomes the ball. And that's something I think the Colts are going to try to continue to do. Last year we kind of were forced to do that because Jacoby Brissett was not that much of a deep passer. He wasn't that much of a risk taker either. Now, we all know Phillip Rivers is a big risk taker, from last year, but, I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, I think this is going to rely solely on our run game. We can do great things. We can beat the teams that, everyone don't think we can beat. We lost to the Dolphins last year, but beat the Chiefs. I don't understand how that happens. But anyway, offense is going to be clicking, I think, on all cylinders. Defense, I think the defense is going to be a top 5 defense this year. You got DeForest Buckner, who we just added, Darius Leonard, freaking Anthony Walker. Who else? Oh, wow. I'm having a blank moment. I just forgot all my favorite players. Anyway, we're going to have a top 5 defense. You have Darius Leonard, who's the forefront of that defense. Only 2 years in the league, and he's already almost had 200 tackles. DeForest Buckner, we all know what that 49ers defensive line was capable of. And, he was obviously a strong point for that defensive line. And having him on the Indianapolis Colts just makes everything so sweet. I can't wait to see what we can do. The sky's the limit for the Colts, I think. The door is wide open. It really is. The door is wide open for us. We can beat the teams. We can beat them. We really can. You have the Texans who, you have Deshaun Watson. But, they got rid of Jonathan Joseph for their corners. They got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. They're not really much of a threat as they were. Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry, that's all you got to worry about. So the door's wide open for the Colts. And it's just a matter of the Colts kicking that door down and becoming division champs, conference champs, and maybe even Super Bowl champs. Send out Phillip Rivers on a good note. But that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Breath of Fresh Sports, Episode 2, all in the wraps. You guys have a good day. Be safe. I'll see you later.